Hey there everybody, I'm Reload and I'm playing EVE Online. Once again I rolled a brand new character to show another aspect of gameplay for new players. And this time around, it's Factional Warfare. With this series I'm going to be exploring the PVE environment, and hopefully finally producing some PvP videos for EVE Online. Unlike my previous series on mining and exploration, this is not going to be a step-by-step guide. There are way too many different skill paths that you can take, so this is going to be more of a general guideline of how I approach the Factional Warfare. But this is all taken from a brand new character perspective, so I'll be struggling along just like any other new player. With each new video I'll be showcasing the skills that I have trained so far, just to give you an idea of what's possible and what's not at this level. And I'll be updating the series based on the availability of content, until I manage to cover most aspects of Factional Warfare. Please keep in mind that this series, and especially the first episodes, will be geared towards brand new players, so I may end up explaining things that are plainly obvious to someone who's been playing EVE for a while. So with this in mind, let's jump in. I've picked a Minmatar character for two reasons. First, in all my years of playing EVE I still have little to no knowledge of Minmatar space, and I also have never had a Minmatar character for any significant amount of time before. If you're just starting playing EVE right now, keep in mind that it doesn't matter which character and which race you pick. There's absolutely no difference skill-wise, and eventually you'll just end up cross-training into different ships anyways. So just pick whatever the background storyline suits you best. Once you're done with character creation, you will find yourself in the middle of space. Your first few minutes could be a little confusing. It's tough for me to judge the in-game beginner tutorial, but what I highly recommend is going through career agents. Particularly if you're interested in Factional Warfare, the military and advanced military tutorial missions are very useful. I've played through the basic military tutorial with this character, and all the missions seem very easy, and they are a good source of your initial income. Not to mention that you'll be granted 2 ships that are very good for PvP. But let's talk about Factional Warfare in general. The 4 factions of EVE are locked in a war against each other. You can join the militia of any faction when you first start out the game. The idea behind Factional Warfare is to introduce newer players to solo PvP and fleet battles. Even though it's centered mostly around PvP, there's also a big PvE aspect to it. Your goal as a militia member is to help your faction secure systems, and that's done through capturing various military nodes. After you enlist in a militia, you will not be able to travel through the high sec of your enemy factions. The NPC enemy navies will start attacking you when you enter 0.5 systems and up, so keep that in mind as that will restrict your travel. The battle zones on the other hand are all located in low sec, so aside from dealing with the enemy players, you will also have to face enterprising pirates. For more information on Factional Warfare, you can read the rules of engagement in the Factional Warfare tab in-game. But basically, it all boils down to you being able to attack opposing players without a decrease in your security status. Enlisting a militia is very easy and can be done right at the start of the game if that's what you're really interested in. My personal recommendation if you're a brand new player is to get a bit of experience before diving into Factional Warfare. But if your mind is set, it doesn't matter how old your character is. As long as you have positive standings with whatever faction you're interested in, you can enlist at any time. So, with this character being just over an hour old, I enlisted and decided to start contributing right away. There isn't much I could do with just whatever the basic skills the new characters come with. But I found a quiet low-sec system of the opposing faction, Amar in this case, and decided to capture the outpost. The outpost appear as beacons in the overview, and with my current skill set I could only attack the Novice Outposts. The size of the outpost determines the kind of NPC that will spawn there. The Novice ones only have frigates, which are fairly easy to destroy even for a brand new character. When there's an NPC ship or the opposing player ship near the outpost, the capture timer freezes. You have to destroy those ships before the timer restarts the countdown. The timer will only count down when there is no defending ships near the outpost, whether they're player or NPC. Once the timer reaches 0, the outpost is captured. The rewards of capturing the outpost are loyalty points towards your faction militia, as well as the standings increase with your faction. There is no ISK reward, aside from the loot that the NPC ships drop. But the loyalty points can be used on getting equipment from your faction, some of which is quite lucrative if you sell it on the market. Aside from that, if you want to earn ISK from Factional Warfare, you will have to do missions for your faction militia, and believe me, you will need a good source of income, as you'll be losing ships left and right. Factional Warfare is not a forgiving career to pick for a brand new player, but more on that in the next episode. The one last thing I'd like to show you is my fit for the Rifter, which is the ship that I used for capturing that Novice Outpost. In the high slots I had the 3 150mm autocannons, armed with Phase Plasma S ammo. In the medium slots I had the Afterburner, the Webifier and the Warp Scrambler. As for the low slots, I had the armor repair, the adaptive nanoplating, and the gyro stabilizer. This is a PvP fit, which is not well tailored for the PvE, but with Factional Warfare you always have to be ready for a fight. With the minimum skills that I have, I found that I could tank the damage well, but I didn't have enough DPS to take on the small outposts, so I started training rapid firing and small projectile turret skills. With a little extra DPS, it won't be long before I can start capturing the small outposts. That's it for now. In the next episode, I'll be taking on missions from my faction militia. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and if you have any questions about Factional Warfare, you can leave a comment on this video. And don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to see more EVE Online and other gameplay videos. Thank you very much for watching.